dedicated, diligent, consistent prayer and work on the part of both husband and wife. In this manual, I call you to work on the most important human relationship in your life. What I am going to ask you to do will not be easy. Time, effort, serious thought, painful examination, and honest evaluation will be required. But I guarantee you that your prayerful efforts will be richly rewarded. Already, the substance of this manual has been implemented by many people. The result has been that good marriages have been made better, sour marriages have become sweet, and God's name has been manifestly glorified. My hope and prayer is that our great God would use this manual to promote greater oneness in your marriage, so that you may experience greater happiness, and that His goodness, power, and glory may be more fully manifested. Unit 1. God's Purpose for Marriage. In this unit, God's blueprint for marriage in Genesis chapter 2, verses 18 through 25 is considered. The concepts of leaving, cleaving, and becoming one flesh are presented and explained. Lists of suggested reading for each unit can be found in the print and ebook versions of this book, and study questions to be completed by both the husband and the wife are included. A. As far as I know, there is only one statement about marriage that God includes 4 times in the Bible. 1. He makes it in Genesis chapter 2, verse 24, Matthew chapter 19, verse 5, Mark chapter 10, verses 7 through 8, and Ephesians chapter 5, verse 31. The statement is, "For this cause shall a man leave his father and mother, and shall cleave to his wife, and they shall become one flesh." 2. God makes the same statement about marriage 4 times. A. He makes it once in the Old Testament and 3 times in the New Testament. B. He makes it once before man fell into sin, and 3 times after man fell into sin. 3. This statement contains God's marital purpose for perfect man and for sinful man. This statement contains God's all-time blueprint for a good marriage. B. A good blueprint is just as necessary for a good marriage as it is for a building project. 1. Today, there are many unhappy, unfulfilling marriages not only among non-Christians, but also among Christians. 2. This unhappiness is caused to a large extent by the failure of people to pay attention to God's blueprint for marriage. 3. What then is God's blueprint for marriage? What does God's kind of marriage involve? 1. God's blueprint for marriage directs husbands and wives to leave their fathers and mothers. A. What does it mean to leave your parents? 1. Well, it certainly does not mean that you abandon or utterly forsake them. Compare Exodus chapter 20, verse 12, Mark chapter 7, verses 9 through 13, and 1 Timothy chapter 5, verse 8. 2. Nor does it mean that you must make a great geographical move. Living too close to parents at the beginning of a marriage may make it more difficult to leave, but it is possible to leave your father and mother and still live next door. Conversely, it is possible to live 1,000 miles away from your parents and not leave them. In fact, you may not have left your parents even though they are dead. B. To leave your parents means that your relationship to your parents must be radically changed. 1. It means that you establish an adult relationship with them. 2. It means that you must be more concerned about your mate's ideas, opinions, and practices than those of your parents. 3. It means that you must not be slavishly dependent on your parents for affection, approval, assistance, and counsel. 4. It means that you must eliminate any bad attitudes towards your parents, or you will be tied emotionally to them regardless of how far you move from them. 5. It means that you must stop trying to change your mate simply because your parents do not like him the way he is. 6. It means that you make the husband and wife relationship your priority human relationship. A. Yes, you should be concerned about being a good son or daughter, or mother or father, but you should be more concerned about being a good husband or wife than about being a good son or daughter or father.